Okay, the story which you read, let me get back to Priya. What is the moral which what is the takeaway from your story? The story which you read and the story which you narrated, I should say. What did you learn from this story?
Ma'am, the truth is never hidden from anyone.
Yes, please be loud. Yeah.
Ma'am, truth be never hidden from anyone.
Okay. Truth always prevails. You cannot hide truth.
Hmm.
This is true. And once you know this, you know it is unethical to tell lies. It is evil to tell lies. Be with truth. Speak nothing but the truth. Yeah. And Utsav Raja, what is your takeaway from your story?
Ma'am, mother always loves you unlimited with no cost, and she will never say you any word to that love me, my son or my daughter to any cost. But son always, but uh, in my opinion, but in my opinion, the child always see their parents that uh, their mother and father doing any for any cause.
Yes, and the children today should understand how much pains parents go through for you. So never fight with your parents. Show respect, gratitude, love them. I do not demand
Definitely.
explanations like what you have done for me. Never question your parents. So you will never know in your life how much they have suffered for you, especially mothers.
and sa- and
They
sacrifices,
stay
ma'am.
up night after night. They sacrifice their sleep. They sacrifice their comfort. So do not question your parents. Like what have you done for me? So a mother's love or parents' love is unconditional. So who will be the next storyteller? We can include one more person. Yes. Hello, Akash, Rohit, Rajat,
Yes, ma'am.
Rohit. Fine. Look, Rajat. Even I do not know what the story is because story is taken from randomly taken stories. So be prepared to learn. Be prepared to do not compete with others, but prepare to learn. Okay, let us talk about some other stories. The story is scars in your life. Today we are talking about mother's love. Scars in your life. A mother-son story. Yes.
Shall I start, ma'am?
Yeah.
The topic of the story is scars in your life, mother son story.
What is the meaning of
Uh,
scars?
on a hot summer day, ma'am, I don't know, ma'am.
Scar. What is the meaning of scar?
Ma'am, I don't know.
Okay.
Ma'am, दाग धब्बे.
Daag, thabbe, scar. Scar in your life.
On a hot yes, ma'am. On a hot summer day, a little boy and his mother were inside a lake house. Little boy decided to go for a swim in a lake behind the house. Boy was really excited to go into lake and swim in cool lake, so he just ran out. Boy went to lake and swam far without realizing that he swam right into middle of that lake. Boy mother looked out of window and saw an alligator approaching toward his son. As she saw both of them getting closer to each other, she ran toward little boy and yelled as loud as she could. She shouted about
What is the
alligator
meaning of
approaching
yell?
him.
Yell?
मैम चिल्लाना,
Chilana, ma'am.
जोर से.
Don't know. I think this was in the
Chila-
talk time.
Ma'am, Chilana, ma'am, Chilana.
Yeah. Continue.
Yes. Yelled as loud as she could. She shouted about alligator approaching him and asked him to swim back toward house. He, hearing voice of his mother, boy got alarmed and made U-turn to swim toward his mother. But it was too late. Just as mother reached her little boy and grabbed his arm. At same moment, alligator snatched on his leg. Yes, ma'am. That began a tug war between two. Alligator was too strong, but mother was too passionate to let her son go. At same time, a farmer happened to pass by and heard a scream of little boy, and his mother farmer raced toward lake and looked his aim at alligator and shot him. Remarkable, after getting treated for weeks in hospital, boy survived. A newspaper reporter came to interview boy after the incident and asked him about the incident. Boy lifted his hand from legs, which was extremely scared by the vicious attack of animal. But then, with pride, he said to reporter, "Look at my arms. I have great scars on my arms too." Newspaper reporter, "Why these scars are great?" Boy replied, "I have these scars on arm because of my mother wouldn't let go." So the moral of the story is similarly in our life we have scars from painful past. Sometimes we foolishly made into difficult situation and we forget that enemy is waiting. That's when tug of war begin between life and God. That's why some wounds we have because God wouldn't let go. We should be very grateful to God for being there with us.
Yes, that's why some wounds. Wounds means some scar, some wound which we have, some cut, some hurt, wounds, cow.
मैम घाव.
Yes. And the other word which you did not ask was vicious attack, dangerous attack, vicious, life-threatening attack. Right?
मैम tug of war.
Tug of war is the game. I think this is sports. What is tug of war? Somebody tell me. This is a sports activity.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am, a sport activity.
Yeah,
Where the rope,
what is it? What is tug of war?
ma'am, two person are one and other side,
Okay.
and
There are two groups of people.
the
5
rope
people
are
this side, 5 people that side, and there is a rope, and you all pulling
yes,
it
ma'am.
toward the one group is trying to pull the whole crowd into their own into their own group. So we all trying to get the group into our own. 5 here, 5 there. So you are attached with a rope, and you want the group on your side. So this is the tug of war. Have you ever played tug of war?
Yes, ma'am.
In CIMAGE sports meet, there was the tug of war, but there were the whole batch, like BCA batch
Play.
against BBM batch. So the whole batch, this side and that side, they were trying to pull the entire batch to their side. So this is a fun event. This is the tug of war.
Ma'am, like Sagar Manthan.
Yeah, yes. But in Sagar Manthan you get out something good. यहाँ पर nothing good. उधर के सारे इधर हो जाएंगे.
Yes,
All the
Ma'am, all
good should
some
be the B
boons
stage.
are given.
Both are trying to, like in kabaddi, what happens?
yes, ma'am.
You would like to nab and grab the raider in your side, but
Yes,
not to play for your side, but to have him out. But in tug of war, you want the entire team to be in your side, so you pull. So, what was the tug of war over here? रोहित क्या था tug of war यहाँ पे? Tug of war
Ma'am,
वहाँ भी था.
tug of war.
Yeah, tug of war था ना, when the two mothers were pulling the hands of the child.
Yes, ma'am.
But it was not actually
Yes,
a tug of war, because one, the real mother surrendered because she did not bear to see the child in pain. But here the tug of war was between the alligator and the mother. Okay, Utsav, please
Yes,
tell your
ma'am.
story.
Ma'am,
Utsav.
Rohit was.
Sorry, Rohit.
Yes, ma'am. So there is a village where a boy and his mother lived, and near her house near his house there is a lake, and one day the boy decided to swim in the lake because the water was so cold. So the boy get into the lake, and then he come between the middle of the lake. So he was swimming. Then an alligator approached. Then his mother saw that alligator was approaching. The boy mother saw the alligator was approaching. So he shouted as loud he could yield. So, then the boy heard, and as soon as fast uh, he swim in the opposing direction, and where the alligator was approaching, but alligator was also too fast. Then his mother is also running, and luckily he grabbed the hand of her son, and then he he and his alligator have a tug of war between them to get to get her boy without harm from an alligator. So then a farmer passed, and then he saw that the alligator and his mother was have a tug of war between for a boy. So he helped him to remove from. So he helped the mother and the boy in his tug of war. So uh, after some day, after some day, uh, no, the boy then admitted into hospital, and he survived. He survived, and then a reporter come for his interview, and yes, then reporter come for the interview for the boy, and he asked about the scratch on the body of the boy, and
Rohit, he asked about the scar on the boy's
yes,
hands and scar.
scar. He was telling a scratch. Yes, the reporter asked about the scar on the body of the boy. Then he put off his pant and showed that scar, and he showed that, and he tell that the boy tell that this scar is good. Then the reporter asked why this scar is so good. Then boy replied that this scar is good because it reminded me that my mother wouldn't let me go, and that's why this card is so good. So the moral of the story is
What is the tug of war between tug of war and human beings?
good or evil. It tug of war between. No, ma'am. God and tug of war between God and
There can be tug of war between to do or not to do, to go or not to go. The tug
yes,
of
ma'am.
war between the heart and the mind. Whatever your heart says, your mind may not agree. Whatever your mind says, your intellect says, your heart may not agree. So what should you listen to? Sometimes your heart doesn't agree with what you think, your mind. Right? So there's tug of war going on all the time, continuous. All
Yes,
right, then,
ma'am.
students, we come to the end of the session, and
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, that's good. Learning by doing, narrating, there are huge benefits of reading. So keep on your pace. Start reading something good. When you are free, read some stories. Think about it, ponder upon it, and analyze why this, why that, why the other. Okay. Thank you.